Hi everyone, welcome back to The Shelves Have Eyes. I'm Phantom, and tonight let's just unbox some Blokees and you can listen to my weird meandering rants about Transformers. How does that sound, huh? Well, I don't know if Walmart overbought for Black Friday or not, but these were on clearance at my local Walmart for 98 cents a piece. So I bought all that they had, which ended up being an even 24. So I figure let's start going through them. So I have 4 boxes here. We'll open up all the boxes, see what we got. I'll make them, assuming there are no duplicates. And let's just have some good old winding down time, huh? This is a good way to decompress. I don't even think I need this. Now, if you saw my previous Blokees video, I unboxed the Robot Mode Swoop and the Sunstreaker figure. So, let's see what we got in these, shall we? So I'm still kind of on the fence about these Blokees. I enjoyed the ones that I opened before. I was gifted a single box from a previous series of these, a previous run of these, which was Smokescreen, yes, Smokescreen. And I quite enjoyed them. I thought they were fun, they're cute, and they're superposable, and I like the diverse range of characters that are in each series. I don't like the fact that once you've missed a series, you kind of have missed the series. I don't really want to pay exorbitant prices for some of the earlier series just because they've got figures that I want. I mean, this will be as I see them, I will buy them, and then I'll unbox them here for you. But let's open up these boxes and let's see what we got. Okay, we've got a Dirge. Really hope these are all not the same figure, because I don't think these came in cases. They didn't come in cases. They all were sent to me individually. So hopefully they are not, I don't have too many duplicates. Oh, here's a Swoop. So that'll get, I don't know, resold. I don't know what the market is for these things on the secondary market. I don't know how big of a secondary market there is for these. Ah, Autobot Megatron. I wanted this guy. Really like to do this without, hurting myself. All right, what's our last figure for the evening? Oh, look. It's another Robot Mode Swoop. Okay, so I guess I'll just be opening 2 of these. I'll be doing Autobot Megatron and Dirge. Let's save Autobot Megatron for last. Let's do Dirge first. Dirge is one of those characters that I never really got into the Coneheads. I don't think I ever owned any of the Conehead toys. At least not that I remember. I remember having the original 3 Seekers. So growing up, I definitely had Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker. But no, I don't really, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where, yeah, the Coneheads got a lot of play in the 2nd season of the animated show. But I don't know. I never really warmed up to them. Even when they had some pretty large-scale lore building in comics and other media afterwards. I don't know. I never really warmed up to them. I couldn't even begin to tell you why. I don't know. I don't really feel much for them. I mean, I know Dirge and, was it Ramjet in IDW? It was Ramjet in IDW. He got a lot of screen time for his spotlight, where he went against Megatron and Starscream, following All Hail Megatron. I mean, it was a good bit of world building, and I appreciated the thought to give you more information about secondary characters, but I don't know. I find it difficult to really care. maybe that's just me. I mean, I know that the Seekers have a rabid fan base out there. Am I missing a piece? Oh, no, there it is. Stuck in his leg assembly. I don't know. What are your favorite Seekers? I mean, it was definitely a mold that they got a lot of use out of. Do you like the Coneheads? Do you like the original Seekers? I don't know. I just feel like the Seekers were a reason for Takara Hasbro to just reuse the Seeker mold and just leave out a step, which was, you know, putting the things on. I've got nothing against the Seekers. I just don't find them very interesting. I don't find them like super. I find it very hard to get excited about them, per se. But yeah, you know, to each his own. But yeah, I mean, far be it from me to take anything away from them. And I mean, they did a good job fleshing out a lot of the new characters in season 2. But I feel like that was heavily weighted towards Autobots, with the exception of the Protectobots. The whole attention Protectobots thing kind of was silly because the Combaticons got so much characterization and so much screen time in their initial episodes. And also, you know, the aerial bots and the Stunticons did as well. So it just seemed weird that the Protectobots just kind of just appear, and then I don't even think, do we hear their names in their first episode? Like, do they even name the Protectobots in the first episode? I can't even remember. I mean, anyone that has watched my lore videos or watched the lore segments for Sea Spray and who's the other one I did? Gears. Know that a lot of characters from season 2 really did not get a lot of characterization. They really relied a lot on the voice performance to kind of carry them through. And I feel like the voices for the season 2 Autobots were a lot more memorable than any of the season 2 Decepticons. I mean, maybe not Blitzwing and Astro Train. I feel like Blitzwing and Astro Train got a lot of characterization. Simply because, I mean, you can't hire Jack Angel and voiced Astro Train. Is that Jack Angel too? Is it both Jack Angel? Oh, I'm going to have to look that up. So here we have Dirge. It's a good looking figure. I like the posability. I like the fact that his null rays are on ball joints, or whatever these are. I don't think they're null rays, because I think specifically Starscream uses a null ray. I don't know what the rest of them use. Thundercracker and Skywarp. I don't know if they also have null rays or if they have something else. But yeah, I know that the Coneheads use a different style of weapon. This is a pretty nice figure. I like all the little bits of kibble, like the wings that you attach. It's a nice figure. I like it. I mean, it's not reinventing the wheel, but it doesn't have to. It just needs to look cool. That's exactly what it is. A couple of extra pieces. We have our little collector card, which is Dirge, and it tells you that he is a Decepticon. And I believe that this QR code just takes you to the Blokees Facebook page. So, now on to the bread and butter of this. Autobot Megatron, easily one of my favorite characters from the IDW comic series. I don't know if I've gone over this in any of the videos, just because I don't think that we've I don't think I've done anything that was so specifically IDW. But I am a huge IDW 2005 fan. I will always heavily weight, in terms of lore, G1 and IDW. I don't really think that the 2019 continuity really had a lot of lasting power. They did some interesting things. I'm not going to say that it's a wash, because it's not. I really did like the political ramifications of a lot of what was going on in the 2019 series. I thought that it worked very well to flesh out the world, but when you put it up against the 2005 continuity, there's no contest. The 2005 continuity is easily, despite a myriad of different writers, despite a myriad of different artists, despite whatever Hasbro was trying to get them to do to bring the rest of the Hasbro properties into the comic series, it is by far one of the most cohesive continuities we've ever received. And I mean, a lot of that goes down to the fact that it was around for so long. They had so much time to really get into the nitty-gritty of the Transformers universe. So, I mean, I think that maybe has something to do with it. I remember picking up the very first issue of Infiltration, and I remember reading it and thinking to myself, this is easily one of the best comics I've read, Transformers-wise. Easily one of the best comics I've ever read. And, sorry, I'm like trying to piece through the litter here on here to find his face. There it is. As somebody who read the original Marvel US comics, I remember very distinctly 4, I believe, going down to a very small, tiny comic shop, and they were running a sale where they were selling polybagged collections. And it was they had the first 12, I think, issues of the Marvel US G1 comics for sale. And it was issues 1 through 12. And I remember it was like $5 or something. It was dirt cheap at the time. I mean, that's dirt cheap, I guess, nowadays. Because if you look at the prices for those comics now on the secondary market, it's insane. But I remember very distinctly picking that up, and I remember bringing it home and reading it and saying that this is fantastic, because at the time the only story that I was aware of was the G1 cartoon. I grew up watching the G1 cartoon. I remember very distinctly watching when the movie was cut into individual episodes of the show and shown on TV. I think that was the very first time I saw Transformers, really. I have a very strong, very distinctive memory of that. Sitting at home and watching that and being completely blown away by it. And it's one of those things where, I mean, Saturday morning TV. You would turn on the TV on a Saturday morning at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and it would be, oh God, it would be Robotech, Star Blazers, G.I. Joe, I want to say. It's G.I. Joe or He-Man, Voltron, and then Transformers. And so that's essentially how I grew up, watching all of the reruns. But yeah, I growing up, I collected the comics after I got that initial collection. I remember picking up issue 80 of a 4-issue limited series at a Walgreens, of all places. So I remember that very distinctly. Am I missing a footnote? And I remember reading that and missing a whole bunch of issues in between. I think I had most of the issues up to like issue 30, I want to say, 30 or or something like that. And then I had some of the lead up to the Underbase saga. And then I had the Underbase saga, which was a giant size issue. Why isn't this going in? Is it already in? I'm going to say it's already in. So yeah, I remember very distinctly there was an Underbase. I had the Underbase saga where Starscream essentially kills most of the legacy characters, or at least causes them to go inactive. But I was missing all of the Unicron Primus issues. I had just never read them. I don't know whether my comic store just never had them, so I didn't pick them up, or what. I remember picking up issue 80 and saying, I have no idea who any of these characters are, but I am sorry that this is ending. Yeah, I grew up watching G1. I grew up reading the Marvel comic, and it was just picking up those first issues of Infiltration was just absolutely night and day compared to Dreamwave. Because I remember also collecting the Dreamwave comics when Dreamwave first started putting them out. And it was just like, that was complete and total tosh compared to what IDW was doing with their series. Just the thought that went into Infiltration, the world building involved in it, I thought was amazing. And I mean, yeah, like every Transformers fan, I've got issues with some of Simon Furman's creative decisions and some of his writing, but I think he did a tremendous job with the Infiltration series. It really was a huge wake-up call. Because, I mean, obviously, I also was into Beast Wars, and I thought Beast Wars was interesting simply because there were no human characters. It was just the Transformers themselves. And then into Beast Machines, which I will defend to my dying breath. I loved Beast Machines. I thought Beast Machines was great. But yeah, there was just something, there was a maturity present in the Infiltration IDW series that it was just, oh no, this is exactly what you want. This is what you want from a TV series based, a comic series based on this property. And then Stormbringer, I thought was amazing. I was very impressed with IDW right off the bat. I put these arms on wrong because I'm an idiot. But yeah, I was very sorry to see the IDW universe, the initial continuity, go, because I thought that was great. And like, I know people have problems with the Unicron series, but I did not. I thought the Unicron series was fantastic. I felt like IDW went out the way that it should have. It's like that whole kind of crazy misnomer, the series is going out the way it began kind of thing. Yeah, it was just like, no, this is exactly what I wanted from IDW, and it is exactly what they gave me. I'll defend IDW to my dying breath. I was just so taken with that entire continuity in that series that it was just, there was no way for me to not fall in love with it. And then James Roberts' writing in More Than Meets the Eye and Lost Light was some of the most fantastic world building I've ever experienced in Transformers media. I mean, I would defy anyone to point to, I mean, maybe aside from Simon Furman, to point to anyone else that was able to take giant robots and give them personalities and give us kind of an entree into their personal lives and their biology in a way that actually made sense. IDW rules to me. So I am supremely happy that I have Autobot Megatron, and I don't have to pay the enormous cost for the Fur-Eye model kit. An excellent likeness. An excellent likeness. I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy that I have it. I'm a sucker for anything IDW, anything Autobot Megatron. Like, I am seriously considering buying the third-party, not even third-party, I guess it's third-party, the 3D printed upgrade kit for Siege Megatron that turns him into Autobot Megatron. But yeah, this is a really nice figure. I like it. It's a tremendously great likeness. Yeah, he's chibi, but also Alex Milne's designs are very chibi, I feel, at times. So, if anything, maybe this could do with like a little Gundam marker ink wash just to make the panels pop a little bit. But it's a shame Repro label, Toy Hacks doesn't do like toy hack labels for Blokees. I'd love to have some of like the Milne kind of glowing lines and everything on them. So we had 4 boxes, 2 of which were duplicates. We have Autobot Megatron and we have Dirge. So I think that that's, you know, a half an hour well spent. I'm sorry that I probably have just been nattering on and nobody cares, but thank you very much for joining me for this little bit of pick up Blokees madness. Like I said, I've got 24 of these, so I'll probably just do them in lots of 4 and hope that I'll get the whole line, the whole series of this. Thank you very much for joining me for my meandering nonsense, and we built some Blokees. I know that our unboxing day festivities did not go exactly as planned. We're still having computer problems. The computer does not want to stay online for very long. I mean, once you turn it on, I don't know if it's overheating or what, but something is definitely happening that causes, whenever you do something that is particularly taxing, the fans start going really fast and it shuts down. So when we try to export in 2K any of our videos, it crashes the machine. So we are exporting everything in 1080, and that will continue until we can figure out exactly what's going wrong. Despite all of that, thank you very much to everyone that watched the Constructicon videos, the Cavalcade of Constructicons, that I released on Boxing Day, and then came back for the Devastator video, came back for Chrissy's Cherry Mary Muffin playset video. For all of our Miniverse stuff, I'll be continuing the Lord of the Rings series just to finish that off. Probably doing some more of the Back to Hogwarts as well. We've already gotten started on some of the newer sets that they're coming out with this year. We've already done a Hello Kitty Series 2. We're going to start the Valentine's series that they're doing for 2026, the Series 3. So, I mean, we've got a lot of things on the back burner, and we've also got some other projects that we'd like to do that aren't crafting wise. I'm going to continue on with the Transformers. You'll be seeing very shortly, I'm going to make a community post just of the boxes upon boxes of sealed Transformers that are sitting in my basement. I have practically bankrupted myself buying almost all of the primes that were released before Amalgamus, so I am probably going to start doing those as well. I picked up Soundwave at Target the other day. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff, a lot of pokers in the fire, a lot of irons in the fire. A lot of irons in the fire. It was just nice to sit down, make a couple of Blokees, and
Butterfingers?
knock them over, and just talk to you guys. I mean, maybe, like, should we do like a live show? I don't know. I don't even know how we would do that, but yeah, just this is the new normal. So thank you very much for joining us, joining me rather tonight. I've been Phantom. This has been The Shelves Have Eyes. Have a good night, y'all.
Transformers, defenders of truth, robots who fight and destroy.